Leo, this isn't just a gut feeling, it's a cosmic red flag. Leo, there's something stirring inside you. A quiet discomfort. A sudden tension in your chest. A delayed contract. An unanswered message. A conversation that left you uneasy. You tell yourself, it's nothing. I've got this under control. But, what if it's not nothing? What if these moments are not coincidences, but messages? What if the universe is sending you a warning, and you're ignoring it? Stop for a moment, Leo. Because if you keep charging ahead without listening, you're not just losing time, you might be drifting away from your soul's purpose. Let me tell you about John, a 45-year-old Leo from Chicago. He had a strong gut feeling about a startup investment. It looked great on paper, trustworthy partners, promising returns. But then the contracts kept stalling. The partners grew distant. John knew something was off, but he didn't want to seem like he had made a bad call. 6 months later, he lost $50,000, and a huge piece of his confidence. Leo, are you doing the same thing? Are you brushing off the signs? That uneasy feeling about your relationship, your job, or that big decision you keep postponing? With the moon in Leo right now, your intuition is sharper than ever, but your pride might be clouding it. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 clear warnings the universe may be sending you right now. How to tell the difference between healthy persistence and destructive stubbornness. And 5 practical steps to shift back into alignment before it's too late. Leo, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You just have to be brave enough to listen, and to pivot when your soul says it's time. Are you finally ready to listen? So, Leo, why is it that you, someone so bold, so magnetic, sometimes miss the universe's loudest warnings? Let's get real for a moment. As a Leo, you're wired to shine, to lead, to be the one everyone looks up to. Your heart burns with this incredible fire to inspire and achieve greatness. And that's beautiful, it's what makes you, you. But here's the catch, that same fire, that pride, can sometimes blind you to the signs the universe is waving right in front of you. Think about it. You love being admired, don't you? When you walk into a room, you want heads to turn, not because you're vain, but because you know you've got something special to offer. The moon in Leo right now is amplifying that energy, making you feel like you can conquer anything. But when things start going wrong, when a project stalls, a relationship feels off, or your gut just won't settle, you often see those hiccups as a challenge to your strength, not a message to pause. Admitting something might be wrong. That can feel like admitting defeat, and for a Leo, that's the last thing you want. Let me tell you about Susan, a 42-year-old marketing director from Chicago. Susan was a classic Leo, confident, charismatic, the kind of person who could sell ice to penguins. She landed a dream job at a flashy ad agency, the kind of place that looked perfect on LinkedIn. But a few months in, things started to unravel. Her boss was dismissive, her team missed deadlines, and she felt drained every single day. Her gut was screaming, this isn't right, but Susan kept pushing forward. Why? Because quitting would mean admitting she'd made a bad choice, and to her friends and family, she was the Leo who always had it together. So, she stayed, convincing herself she could make it work, until burnout forced her to take a hard look at reality. Here's the small but powerful lesson, Leo, your pride is your superpower, but it can also be your blind spot. When you're so focused on proving you're right, you might miss the universe's gentle nudge, or not so gentle shove, telling you to change course. It's not about giving up, it's about recognizing that your strength lies in knowing when to pivot. So, how do you know when the universe is trying to tell you something? That's what we're diving into next, 5 crystal clear signs that you're on the wrong path, and how to spot them before they cost you time, energy, or even your dreams. Stick with me, because this is where things get practical. Alright, Leo, let's get to the heart of it. How do you know when the universe is trying to tell you something? You're not imagining those nagging feelings or strange coincidences, they're real, and they're loud if you know where to look. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 crystal clear warning signs that the universe is sending to protect you from heading down the wrong path. These aren't just random setbacks, they're your cosmic GPS recalculating your route. First, plans that keep falling apart. You've got a project, a deal, or a big move in mind, but every step feels like pushing a boulder uphill. Contracts get delayed, people back out, or unexpected roadblocks pop up. Second, you're exhausted even when things seem to be going well. You hit your goals, but instead of feeling energized, you're drained, like you're swimming against the tide. Third, negative people or drama start showing up out of nowhere. Suddenly, you're surrounded by critics, complainers, or folks who just make everything harder. Fourth, your body is screaming at you. That tightness in your chest, that knot in your stomach, your intuition is waving a red flag. And fifth, better opportunities keep appearing, but you ignore them because you're so locked into your current plan. Let me tell you about Michael, a 50-year-old Leo from Austin, Texas. Michael was set on a big real estate investment. It looked perfect on paper, great location, promising returns. But the signs were there, the paperwork was always lost, his partners were vague, and he felt this heavy unease every time he thought about it. He even got an offer to join a different project that excited him, but he brushed it off, thinking, I've come this far, I can't back out now. Spoiler alert, he lost $100,000 when the deal collapsed. Looking back, Michael realized those delays, that gut feeling, and even that other opportunity were the universe begging him to stop. Here's the small lesson, Leo, the universe doesn't waste energy on small stuff. When these signs, failed plans, exhaustion, negative people, physical unease, or better options, start piling up, they're not random. They're a pattern, a message that you're off course. And with the moon in Leo right now, your intuition is sharper than ever, trust it. So, what happens if you keep ignoring these signs? That's what we're diving into next, the real cost of staying on the wrong path, and why it could rob you of the success you're meant for. Stay with me, because this is where it gets serious. Okay, Leo, let's talk about what happens when you keep ignoring those signs from the universe. You felt them, that knot in your stomach, those plans that keep falling apart, that exhaustion that doesn't make sense. But what's the real cost of turning a blind eye? It's not just about a missed opportunity or a bad day. Ignoring these warnings can rob you of your time, your energy, and even the life you're meant to live. When you push past the universe's red flags, it can hit you in 3 big areas. First, your career. You might stay in a job that drains you, missing out on a promotion or a dream role because you're too stubborn to pivot. Second, your relationships. You could cling to a partnership that looks perfect on the outside but leaves you feeling empty, shutting the door on true connection. And third, your finances. A bad investment or a risky decision could cost you thousands, or more, because you didn't listen to that nagging doubt. Let me tell you about Linda, a 48-year-old Leo from New York. Linda was in a high-flying corporate job, pulling in a 6-figure salary. Everyone envied her success. But deep down, she was miserable. Deadlines were missed, her team was toxic, and she woke up every morning with a pit in her stomach. Her friends told her, "You've got it made," so she ignored the signs, until burnout landed her in the hospital with anxiety so severe she couldn't work for months. Linda lost not just her health but also a year of her life she'll never get back, all because she didn't listen when the universe was screaming, "This isn't for you." Here's the small lesson, Leo, ignoring the signs doesn't just delay the inevitable, it steals your joy, your health, and your potential. The universe isn't trying to punish you, it's trying to protect you. With the moon in Leo right now, your energy is magnetic, but pushing forward blindly could dim that light. You're meant to shine, not burn out. So, how do you know when to keep pushing and when to pause? That's what we're diving into next, how to tell the difference between persistence and stubbornness, so you can channel your Leo strength into the right path. Stay with me, because this could be a game changer. Alright, Leo, let's clear something up. You're known for your strength, your drive, that lion's heart that never backs down. But how do you know if you're being persistent on the right path or just stubbornly clinging to the wrong one? It's a fine line, and getting it wrong can cost you dearly. Let's break it down so you can spot the difference and make choices that light you up instead of burning you out. Persistence is when you're pushing through challenges, but deep down, you feel alive. The obstacles are tough, but they energize you because you're chasing something that aligns with your soul. Stubbornness, on the other hand, feels heavy. You're fighting against constant setbacks, but instead of feeling inspired, you're exhausted, frustrated, and maybe even a little empty. The difference isn't just in the outcome, it's in how it feels in your body and your heart. Let me tell you about Tom, a 55-year-old Leo from San Diego. Tom poured everything into a failing restaurant business. Orders were delayed, staff quit, and every day felt like a battle. He kept going, telling himself, "I'm a Leo, I don't give up." But he was miserable, and his family noticed he was barely himself anymore. Then, one day, he got an offer to write a book about his life as a chef. It scared him to start over, but when he thought about it, he felt a spark he hadn't felt in years. Tom let go of the restaurant, wrote that book, and it became a bestseller. Persistence was riding through late nights to finish the book. Stubbornness was holding on to a sinking ship because he didn't want to look like he failed. Here's a quick tool to help you tell the difference. Ask yourself these 3 questions. First, do I feel energized or drained when I think about this goal? Second, are the same obstacles repeating over and over, like a broken record? And third, am I pushing forward because I'm afraid of what others will think if I stop? If you're drained, stuck in a loop, or worried about your image, Leo, that's stubbornness, not persistence. The small lesson here. True strength isn't about never changing course, it's about having the courage to pivot when your heart tells you it's time. With the moon in Leo right now, your intuition is like a spotlight, use it to see the path that's truly yours. So, now that you know how to spot the difference, what do you do about it? That's what we're diving into next, 5 practical steps to align with the universe's guidance and start moving toward the life you're meant to live. Stay with me, Leo, because this is where you take back control. Alright, Leo, you've seen the signs, you know the cost of ignoring them, and you've learned how to tell persistence from stubbornness. Now, let's get practical. How do you actually align with the universe's guidance and step into the life you're meant to live? I'm going to share 5 simple, actionable steps that you can start today to listen to those cosmic nudges and find your true path. These steps aren't just ideas, they're a roadmap to harness your Leo fire and shine brighter than ever. Step 1. Observe the signs with curiosity, not resistance. Instead of brushing off that missed deadline or that gut feeling as bad luck, grab a notebook and write down what's happening. Jot down the patterns, delays, uneasy feelings, or people who keep causing drama. Step 2. Take a strategic pause. Give yourself a week or 2 to step back from that big decision, whether it's a job, a relationship, or an investment. Let the dust settle and see how you feel. Step 3. Listen to your intuition. Spend 5 minutes each day in quiet reflection, maybe a short meditation or a walk, to tune into what your body's telling you. Does your heart race or your shoulders relax when you think about your choice? Step 4. Be okay with disappointing others. It's tough for a Leo, I know, but sometimes saying no to a bad fit means saying yes to yourself. And step 5. Trust the process of change. When you pivot, things might feel messy at first, like making a U-turn on a road trip. But that chaos is just the universe rearranging things for your highest good. Let me tell you about Emily, a 47-year-old Leo from Miami. Emily was in a relationship that looked perfect. Her partner was charming, successful, and everyone loved them together. But she felt hollow, like something was missing. She started noticing signs, arguments that went nowhere, a constant knot in her stomach. Instead of pushing through, Emily tried these steps. She wrote down the patterns, took a break from the relationship, and meditated daily to check in with her intuition. It wasn't easy to walk away, her friends were shocked, but she did, and within a year, she met someone who truly lit up her world. Emily's courage to follow the signs led her to a love that felt like home. Here's a quick tool to make this real for you, the intuition check-in. Each night, take a moment to ask yourself, what signs did I notice today? How did my body feel about my decisions? Write down one sentence. Over a week, you'll see patterns that guide you toward the right path. The small lesson here, Leo. You don't have to force things to work. Your strength lies in trusting the universe and acting with courage, not just willpower. With the moon in Leo right now, your intuition is like a roaring fire. Use it to light the way, not burn yourself out. So, what does it look like when Leos like Emily follow these steps and transform their lives? That's what we're exploring next, real stories of Leos who listened to the universe and found success beyond their wildest dreams. Stay with me, because these stories will inspire you to take action. Okay, Leo, you've seen the signs, you know the cost of ignoring them, and you've got the tools to tell persistence from stubbornness. But what happens when you actually listen to the universe? Let me share 2 stories of Leos just like you who tuned into those cosmic nudges and transformed their lives. These aren't just feel-good tales, they're proof that when you align with the universe, your Leo fire can light up the world. First, there's Mark, a 50-year-old Leo from Boston. Mark was a bank manager, climbing the corporate ladder, but something felt off. His projects kept stalling, his energy was drained, and he felt like he was living someone else's life. One day, he noticed a pattern. Every time he thought about leaving his job, a new opportunity, like a local coffee shop for sale, kept popping up. Instead of ignoring it, Mark listened. He took a leap, bought the shop, and poured his passion into it. Today, his coffee shop is a community hub, and Mark's never been happier. He's not just surviving, he's thriving, living a life that feels like his own. Then there's Sarah, a 43-year-old Leo from Seattle. Sarah was in a relationship everyone envied. Her partner was successful, charming, the whole package. But she felt a constant unease, like she was playing a role. When arguments started repeating and her intuition screamed, she took a step back, journaled her feelings, and realized the relationship wasn't her path. Walking away was tough. Her friends didn't get it, but within a year, Sarah met someone who shared her values and brought out her true spark. Now, she's building a life filled with real connection and joy. What do Mark and Sarah have in common? They didn't let pride stop them from listening to the universe. They saw the signs, trusted their intuition, and had the courage to pivot. With the moon in Leo amplifying your energy right now, you're in the perfect moment to do the same. Your inner strength is ready to shine on the right path. Here's the small lesson, Leo. Success isn't about sticking to a plan at all costs, it's about daring to follow the path that lights you up inside. When you listen to the universe, you unlock the life you were born to lead. So, how do you take this inspiration and make it real? That's what we're wrapping up with next, a powerful call to action to start your transformation today and shine like the Leo you are. Stay with me, because this is where it all comes together. Alright, Leo, let's bring it all together. You've learned the 5 warning signs the universe sends: plans falling apart, exhaustion, negative people, uneasy feelings, and better opportunities you've ignored. You've got the 5 steps to align with those signs: observe with curiosity, pause strategically, listen to your intuition, say no to the wrong path, and trust the process of change. This is your moment, Leo. You were born to lead, to inspire, to shine like the star you are. But you can only do that when you stop fighting the universe and start flowing with it. Here's what I want you to do right now. Grab a notebook or open the comments below and answer this. What's one sign you've noticed in your life lately? Maybe it's a job that drains you or a relationship that feels off. Share it below. That simple act of putting it into words is your first step to change. And don't stop there. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. In my next video, I'm sharing 3 practical exercises to supercharge your Leo intuition so you never miss a sign again. You won't want to miss it. As the moon shifts into Virgo tonight, your ability to notice details and act with clarity is peaking. Use this energy to start observing those signs today. Leo, you're not here to just survive, you're here to lead and inspire. Stop fighting the universe and start shining on your true path. Take that first step now, and I'll see you in the comments and in our next video. Let's make your transformation happen.